Hey guys, what it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Drama Like Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice. Hoping, cause you got to hold your breath for justice. To see justice before all face too black. Yes, hiss, yeah, girl, Cadillac. Anyways, guys, coming through today. What is it now? Girl, it's after midnight, so it's the 28th of May. 28, 29, 30, 31. That's 4 days. Oh my gosh, I only got 9 more days to my birthday. Uh, y'all know for my birthday, I'm gonna have somebody around me get me this book by Richard Taylor. Wrongfully accused, rightfully acquitted. Somebody gonna get that for me. But yeah, so here we are. We are just about done with my Project Reach the World #2 of this year, 2025. Project Reach the World makes 20 years this year. Um, so we are about to get into listening. It's not going to be long tonight because we're just about done, as you can see. So I'm going to work on the outline of the hand sum to kind of separate it because it's kind of blending in with the shirt. The shirt kind of blending in with his neck. Because I'm doing pencil, it's all grayscale. So you got to make sure you kind of separate things out. So I'm going to do some outlining on the hands, on the shirt, and just touching it up. Do my little signature girl, and then that's it because it is almost 1 a.m. and your girl gotta be right back up in the morning. Like, I don't even know if I'm finna sleep today. I don't even know how it got past midnight that freaking fast. But yeah, so my daughter gonna be waking me up at like what 5:30. So we need to finish this before 2, so that I can get a little cat nap or something. But I promise you, I'm getting too old to be doing this, to be going. I understand now why older people would go to bed early, cause it's like in your younger years, you waste all that time that you should have been sleeping, and sleep is actually detrimental to your health. But yeah, that's why I'm hoping to get something to spark so I can sit down. This time to sit down takes several seats because I grinded a lot in my younger age. Now I'm getting old. All right, guys. So let's get this playing. This is I'm reviewing. Well, we're listening to Taylor House Publishing's video. John Shakim Edwards speaks about still being locked up over 30 years for a crime he did not commit. Y'all know I'm the OG prison wife. I've been a prison wife for the last 23 years to a man that's wrongfully convicted. And because of that horrible event that happened in our lives, it basically um, started being my purpose to cover wrongful convictions and try to get the world to understand that they happen quite often, because that's the roadblock I kept hitting with advocating for my husband. People just don't believe it happens. So it led me down a rabbit hole where I started seeing case after case after case after case after face after face after face after face of people wrongfully incarcerated, and some exonerated, some not. And then wrongful convictions happen more in BLK men. And I say that stat, and people are like, yeah, because they're the ones that commit all the crime. Like the BS answer. No, it's not. Crime is in every single community. Girl, do you know it'd be all types of colors of prison wives with their husbands being all different colors? It's just they incarcerate the BLK men at a higher rate, and they give them more time, so they have more time to do. That is why they fill prisons. And it is in a black BLK man, I'm sorry, we can't say black, right? does not have the chance at a fair trial. They would tell you that it's harder to defend a BLK man than any other man. But then you're telling me he's not wrongfully convicted because he's BLK. How could that make sense? But anyways, let's get to listening to this. Let's finish this, and then I gotta go to bed.
Did you get a chance to testify? Like how?
Okay, so Ohio. This is what they did, right? Now, my federal case, they put the DEA agent for my federal case, they put them on the stand, and he explained to the jury, even though he objected, he explained to the jury that, that what I was convicted of selling drugs, a multi-state drug dealer, like he painted a picture of that me coming from an organization, a fake cartel that was involved in the non-state conspiracy, and there was a lot of violence. But all the violence came from handguns. None of it came from playing with guns, but what I'm eventually convicted of now. So he painted a picture of I'm this devious New York City drug dealer that came to a little town and took advantage of it, and but my thing, I ended up getting to understand because even let's say I am this drug dealer that you say I am, right? And all this violence that we allegedly did on my Fred case, you saying we're making millions and millions of dollars, but then you saying I came to the lane and put the guns down and went and got a knife. So I'm not, it's not making any sense. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not making no sense. You say that I'm down here in the lane to get $1 million of money. They claim out that we should make it $1 million of money. But we down here on a police car mission running around with knives. That don't make no sense. Then everybody know that I was a big level drug dealer. Like I wasn't no longer like sitting on the corner no more. No, like I was supplying the dudes that was still on the corner.
Yeah.
So it wasn't everything wasn't adding up. But they painted a hell of a picture and I got found guilty.
So this attorney right now, Josh Dublin, he's out. Is he? And I guess that's the prosecutor who was trying to get y'all vacated, right?
The prosecutor that's trying to get it vacated was J.D. Thomason.
Alright, so who's Josh Dublin?
That's my lawyer.
That's your lawyer.
That's the great one right there.
So
he's a bitch, man. That's one thing about him. He's a bitch.
Which one went on the Joe Rogan show?
Josh Dugan went on the Joe Rogan show by himself once, and the second time he came back, he brought J.D. Thomason, who was the Wayne County's prosecutor. He's the ex-prosecutor now. So Dugan was on there twice.
And so when he brought the prosecutor up there, they pretty much focused on how y'all are innocent, right?
Yes.
And they didn't get no traction off that?
No. Well, yes and no. Why I say no? Because I'm still sitting in.
Yeah.
And why I say yes? Because Dubin sat down with the new prosecutor, Tony Solo, on the 18th of March. And when they sat down and he was talking, well, Dubin and his team was doing all the talking. Solo sat there.
Hold on, what I just did right there?
Solo denounced the bond, and he didn't make. I'm still sitting there, man.
That ain't right.
So y'all had to do y'all.
So I feel.
Go ahead, bro.
I feel that, man, we need national attention, man, on this right here. Because I'm sitting here for a crime I didn't do, man. I've been in prison 31 years and counting, man. I've been in here over 31 years. December 21st, gonna make it 32. And, yo, man, I need to
his brother Shaquem explaining, once again how he was convicted. Now, admittedly, he said that he was a hustler, which a lot of people were in the early 90s. A lot of guys from New York came down, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Ohio, wherever it was, because the prices were much higher down here. So they could buy wholesale up there, come down.
That's where Marcello's from, South Carolina. Moved here at 17. By 19, he was wrongfully arrested. And by 20, he'd been in Florida in prison. That, we had that saying, come to Florida on vacation, leave here on probation. That's for real. I got something going on with these fingers. Hold on. where is the other finger? 1, 2, 3. Where the fourth finger at? What's going on? I'm tired. Girl, I told y'all hands are the hardest part. Where is the next finger? But in the picture, it looked like he only showing 3 fingers too. Let me show you. So you see the pinky finger, that's gonna be the, oh no, I'm looking at these fingers. Yeah, you can't see all 4 fingers. Wait, 1. Oh, I'm looking at it wrong. Girl, I'm going to bed. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I'm about to add another finger on that, girl. Okay, let's get this going. I gotta go on to bed for real.
And tell us wait. Now, he explained how they brought the federal DEA agent from his Fed case to a state case to kind of prejudice the jury. And the only testimony they had, once again, that convicted he, Al, Lenny, and Benson to those crimes was the testimony of one crackhead.
You were about to say the right testimony.
Now, once again, the prosecutor, J.D.
They lied,
Tomlinson,
so it's a
sent
testimony.
forth an affidavit stating that these guys were wrongly convicted before he left office as the head prosecutor and requested that these guys be released. And this is another part of his statement. It reads, the 4 men's convictions rested solely on the made-up testimony of an astonishingly unreliable informant named William Avery Jr., as discussed in the attached memorandum in support of innocence, the innocence memo. Avery Jr. came forward only after prosecutors offered a $2,000 reward in exchange for information about the Blakely murder. Avery Jr. falsely implicated John Edwards and 3 others in this horrific crime. When it came to testify at Edwards' first trial, Avery Jr. attempted to coerce an additional $10,000 from Lorain County prosecutors when they refused. He was put in jail. Ultimately, Avery Jr. testified against John Edwards, Linworth, Vincent Davis, and Alfred Cleveland, resulting in their convictions. Avery Jr. has since admitted that he conjured up the 4 men's involvement for financial gain and because he was pressured by his father to come forward with false information. And that is the totality of their case, based on the information given by one informant. But their lawyers, Mr. James Dublin, and I'm going to put the links to that Joe Rogan show in the comments, as well as some other documentation. Also, most importantly, go to the website. All this information is on the website, so you can really dive deep into the intricate details of this case. But, we all know how corrupt that we've seen police be, whether it's the police shootings, wrongful convictions, targeting, protecting each other, etc., etc. So, without further ado, I want to play the last part of this interview. Then I'm going to...
Wrongful convictions start with wrongful arrest. Yeah. Now, that's the part that most people don't really care about. Like, we care when they out us, that's horrible. But when they wrongfully incarcerate or wrongfully arrest us, we don't care. We feel as though that's, somehow it's like almost that's everything is okay up until the point that they wrongfully delete us. Then that's when we are outraged. But it's like you can't. It's almost like I used to do a lot of study on narcissistic relationships. When you allow somebody to get away with something so long, they push the envelope further and further and further. Oh, you let me do this, so I'm gonna do this. Oh, you let me do that, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna keep pushing it. So filing wrongful arrest records, not arrest records, but affidavits and doing this and doing that and all of that, and it is always usually backed and okay, whether there's evidence to corroborate it or not. That puts in their mind that everything they do is fine because there's really no repercussions for it. So then when it gets up to the point where we're being deleted, it's kind of they've gotten the okay with all the other stuff that they've done. So they've been pushing the envelope so far and not been held accountable. So I don't understand why it doesn't bother people that people are wrongfully in prison. It irks my soul. And I know it's only because I'm affected by a wrongful conviction. I'm going to be honest with you. Had it not hit my household, my eyes would be just as closed shut as y'all's eyes who don't see. I actually was one of those that said those same irritating phrases like just don't commit crimes and irritating stuff like that, as if it could be that easy to just don't commit crimes. But wrongful convictions, the person did not commit crimes. And just because you're guilty of one crime don't mean you're guilty of every single crime you're charged with. But I don't know. It's like my eyes were abruptly opened. And it's almost like being woken up out of your sleep. When you're in a deep sleep and someone wakes you up with something very like alarming. It's like being woken up like that. And now you see things for what they really are. Oh, Dick Gregory had a video where he was saying, hold on, can I find that video? I really like that video. Probably can't find it that fast though. Where he says once you can, the eyeglasses, once you put them on, you can't unsee. And you can't take them off, and you can't make nobody else wear them. Once you are enlightened with truth, it's hard to see things through. And then you're like wondering like how other people don't see this. If it don't come up, we're gonna have to move past it. But and I used to watch him as a little kid out in the 80s. Is this one it? Let's see. This one might be it. If it'll play. Error playing, please try back again later. Come on now. Magic glasses, that's what it's called. The magic glasses. Yeah, it won't play. I don't know why it's not playing.
What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. they're supposed to do. You see things as they are. They could never force nobody else to wear them.
That part. You can't force nobody else to wear. And you trying to figure out why people can't see this. This is so blatantly obvious. But it's because their eyes have not been open. So when your eyes ain't open, you still basically, what they say, sleep.
Dive deep into the intricate details of this case, but we all know how corrupt that we've seen police be, whether it's police shootings, wrongful convictions, targeting, protecting each other, etc., etc. So without further ado, I'm going to play the last part of this interview. Then I'm going to come back and I'll let you know a little bit more information about how you can help the two brothers who are still incarcerated for this crime they didn't commit.
This is a prepaid debit call from an inmate at the Wrongful Correctional Institution. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up. This call is from a DRC correctional facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Utilization of an unapproved application and three-way calls to community are strictly prohibited and a violation of DRC policy. Thank you for using GTL. Thank you for using GTL.
Please.
Yeah. So how did that go?
Well, I'm saying a lot of people showed up and, my co-defendants, because I got two co-defendants that's home now, Upper Cleveland and Linwood Edwards is now out of prison, so they out. And me and Vincent Davis is still locked up, so they said it went pretty well. My attorneys got the support. My attorney, Derek Hamilton, Joshua Dubin, and my co-defendants, the lawyers was also there, so they said everything went well on the first one, and that's when they got a chance to have the talk with J.D. Thompson, and they said everything went well. Thompson, after the sit down with my team, he went and did his own research, his own investigation, and he seen that our facts and findings have shown that we are actually innocent. So he put the dismissal for the convictions in, but it's the prosecutor has now, I don't know how, man, he got the course of storm. He reached out to the Attorney General of Ohio, Dave Jones. I don't know how that was even possible, because at that time, Tony Silva wasn't sworn in yet, so he just a regular citizen. I don't know how he made that happen like that, man.
They do what they want.
You know,
So
Remember the Adams family?
So
They say what they
who
want to
else is
do,
still
what they
locked
want
up?
to do, live how they want to live, play how they want to play. They do what they want to do in this system, for real.
Today, so Alfred Cleveland and John Edwards, I guess they did the.
No,
you John Edwards, okay.
And Linwood Edwards, they both out.
Okay, is that relation to you, Linwood?
No, we just all cool. We just all grew up together. Yeah.
Alright, so all y'all. So what they doing as far as are they still trying to fight, or they trying to get up with what's my man named Avery BB? Where's he at now? They can't use his statement or nothing.
Nah, but they still fighting. You know what I'm saying? Albert Cleveland is doing a lot of things in the community. They both still in Ohio and doing a lot of things in the community to help build a community that we once destroyed. And they fighting. And as far as Avery is concerned, we got an affidavit from him in 2005, 2006. And I don't know what Avery can do now, man. I don't know, man, because I haven't been in contact with Avery, man. I told you I really didn't deal with Avery. You know what I'm saying? So I never dealt with him, man. So I'm surprised that, I was even caught up in his whole bunch of his whole web of lies and everything, man. But I guess
Because it's not about all
You know
that.
what I'm saying? They had private investigators and everything looking for Avery. They couldn't even find him. He living in Detroit, living his life, doing whatever. But he cleans his bankrupt. He goes to the FBI on his own. Ain't nobody wants him to go there. Ain't nobody know where he was at. He went on his own. He went on his own story of telling the truth. And he told them why I know these dudes. So at the end, when they came up with the affidavit and all that, because we ended up getting the affidavit from the FBI agent that he spoke to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He spoke to. We got a affidavit from him too at the end. So anyway, he went there on his own. So now he's telling the truth. Ohio said he's lying now. What is he lying for? He's not getting any money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was paying him the hours. You know what I'm saying? He was lying when y'all was giving him money. Now he's not getting any money. He's telling the truth. You saying he's lying. Like, I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I went to trial.
Ain't the hold on. Ain't the jury supposed to know that the person was paid or the person received something for their testimony? That's supposed to overturn it right there, ain't it? Because just like in Corey Miller case, that's how he got that second trial. Because the jury was unaware that the people that testified against him had interest in testifying. So if he got paid this money, or the jury was not aware of that, that could actually affect the way the jury, leans this way or that way. It might affect of how credible they believe him to be. Because anybody motivated by money or something, getting themselves out of trouble, like I said, it's like a hot potato. You gotta get it off of you, so you gonna quickly throw it to somebody else. But see, when the jury ain't aware of that, and this is how it's hard for the jury to actually, even if they are trying to